Hello, hello, your girl Amor with the Monique Woolley Foundation, and we are here. And I did promise you for a full story, and we are here to hear it. And Ranella is going to tell us all about it. Welcome again. Thank you so very much. Allow me to shake your hand. And look at this beautiful outfit here.
Thank you so much.
It's so wonderful.
Always an honor, and I'm always so happy to be a part of this foundation, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. I'm so happy that I met Amor. She's such a wonderful person, like just a beautiful energy, such a welcoming energy. Like she feels like family the moment you meet her. And she can cook, so I'm coming over.
Yes,
for Thanksgiving
absolutely.
and Christmas.
Yes.
I want to eat her cooking all the time. So regarding my story, I mean, it started from when I was a little girl. I mean, from the moment I was born, I feel like I've always been different. My name, Ranella, I mean, who names their child Ranella? What were you thinking? My parents, I thought I was always different. My hair was curly. I'm Filipino. If you guys don't know, I was born in the Philippines, and I'm full Filipino, but I was born with curly hair. All my sisters, my siblings had straight hair. So from the beginning, from the jump, I always felt different, and I was always on the thicker side. So my body image always affected me. I was always teased. I remember this girl used to call me spaghetti hair. And I will never forget that. And I was in kindergarten and I used to get made fun of. So you know what I did? I put clay on her hair. I had to face the wall for the rest of the class, but it was well worth it. So I've always had to fight for myself, you know, and when I moved to the US, I felt more welcome. And the thing about it is, I feel like I felt more welcome with people from other cultures, not with my own culture, because I look different. And I felt like they would look at me like, well, you're not really Filipino. Who are you? Are you just trying to be someone else? And then I also gained a lot of weight. So that made me feel so conscious, especially being in the entertainment industry. They expect you to be stick figure, and they always wanted to put me in put me in a category like, well, you're just supposed to be pop, you're Asian, you should have straight hair, you're not K-pop enough. Well, I'm not trying to be.
They try to brand you.
I guess they try to brand me, and I had to really fight for myself. From the moment that I stepped into the music industry, I've had to fight for myself. Especially when I first came into the industry, there was no Asians before the whole social media scene. There was no Asians in Hollywood. And I would have to fight security guards like, you're not supposed to be here. Who are you? Who do you think you are? I'm like, yes, who do you think? How do you think I'm supposed to, how do you think I got booked here? I've had to fight for myself. I've been in rooms where I'm the only Asian in the crowd, Asian performer. So I've always been picked on, and they're always questioning me, can you really sing? Sing something. So I've always had to be on a defense mechanism, being judged for, I'm not accepted here and I'm not accepted here neither because of being different. And even though I portrayed to be so strong on the outside because I had to be,
right?
In order to be in this business, you really have to have thick skin. Deep inside, I was like sensitive and I felt insecure, and I just didn't say that out loud. But I mean, to this date, I still sometimes feel like, am I good enough? And am I worthy enough? When really, God already gave me the path. God already gave me the gift. And through maturity, through growth, through learning, and through a lot of mistakes, I've learned like, okay, God continues to put me back. Like, nope, get back on the horse, continue to ride your path that I gave you. And it's been a lot of like people ridiculing me for the way I look, for the way for everything, because I'm not a typical Filipino girl doing a typical Filipino occupation. My mom wanted me to be a nurse. And when I didn't become a nurse, how many Asians do you know or Filipinos do you know who's a nurse? I bet you
all of them.
Exactly. And when I first started pursuing the music career, it was unheard of. You don't see a lot of Asians in the music industry. So I literally pursued it just by strength. And I was like, you know what? This is what my purpose is. And my mom was like, well, if you want to do that, you're on your own. I'm not supporting you. So I was like, fine, I'll do it on my own. And I had to figure it out. I've had to work 3 to 5 jobs at a time just to support myself. I was cut off from everything. I had to, even diving into this music industry, most musicians are not, especially females, are not really respected because a lot of them sell their soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I stuck to my beliefs, and I fought for it. That at the end of the day, I could still sleep with myself, and I could still sleep with my soul.
Amen.
I could still look at myself in the mirror. That I've gotten this far without having to bend my back to no man.
Amen.
To get to this level, without having to get a handout. And I can totally honestly say that I've had to support myself from the beginning till the end, that no matter what, if it falls apart, I can still build it back up. Mm-hmm. And it's not easy. And just because I look like this, I make grinding look pretty. Mm-hmm. Thank you to the makeup. Okay. Thank you to all our sponsors of makeup. But at the end of the day, I had to figure it out on my own. And as I said from the beginning, being an Asian American artist, going into this business alone was not easy. And I've had to figure it out. I feel like I was the guinea pig. And as an independent artist, I've had to say no to a lot of opportunities that were not good for my soul, that were not good for just overall. And people want to pull you just because they have money. It didn't mean that I was going to sign the contract, but to what cost? What, I've had men, producers that were like, well, that produced for Mariah Carey, that produced for Kanye West, biggest producers in the world. I'm not going to name names, that have offered opportunities to me, that said, you know what, I'm going to give you, but you have to be my side chick. Is that all I'm worth to you? Like, who do I look like after all this talent that I genuinely believe in, that God has given me, that I'm just going to be someone's side chick to be treated as that? And that's, that alone was insulting. I could have given up from being discouraged, or you're never going to make it, or you're not, the way you look and the way, you sing, you're never going to make it. I always still get questioned, and I could have given up a long time ago just from those trials and tribulations. I've even there's been times where I've had to work with $15 in my pocket for the whole week, and I couldn't ask my mom for anything. I couldn't ask, I couldn't ask just because there's a guy there. I know I'm humbly saying, I know I'm an attractive girl. I know I'm jumping all over, but I could have slept with any guy. I'm humbly saying this because when you're an entertainer, when you're a singer, and you have sex appeal, you get men from all walks of life, politicians to A-list actors to athletes, offering you the world. All you have to do is jump when they say jump. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to jump when you want me to jump. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, because I feel that I'm a stronger woman than that. And my daddy taught me better than that. So I didn't care if I had $15 in my pocket. I'm going to figure it out. And I'm here. I still figured it out. I figured out how to work. I figured out how to be independent. I figured out how to survive. I've slept on friends' couches when I had a gown receiving an award, and I would come home to my friend's home and sleep on her couch with my gown. I could have called somebody and be like, hey, can I just spend the night with you? But to what cost? Right. In their mansion, to what cost? And I sacrificed all that because I genuinely believe if it's not something that is true to my soul, if it's not something that's true to my spirit, I can't do it. And, I'm not going to sell my soul. I'm already here now, and I'm grateful. I can't believe God is still continuing to open doors for me at this time.
He's got you.
Amen. And that's one thing I'm grateful for. And I think that the world needs to hear that, especially with women who are continuously feeling like they have to give up something of their integrity just to get to the next level. Because at the end of the day, I know women that have their sugar daddies and still to this day, but where are you in life? You still are not at an A-list level to your career. Let's just say entertainment, right? Because it's very popular here in LA. They have their sugar daddies, but where are you in life? Did you get to the J-Lo level? Mm-hmm. Not everyone can be a J-Lo. Not everyone can be, because that's another story. I know so many women in this industry that have had to sell their soul just to get to the next level, but you don't know what they have to deal with behind the scene, to what cost. Like, they get beat up, they have to do whatever your master, technically the master is the person with the money, and tell them to do. And if I would have done that, I probably wouldn't even be still continuously singing right now to this day. And I feel like my path and my purpose here is also to provide a different avenue to the younger women generation, that there is a possibility for you to do it without having to sell your soul and get to this level, and do it independently. Because if you really are truly talented, and if you really truly believe in your talent, no matter what, God is going to continue to open the doors for you, no matter what. And you just have to continue fighting for it. And you just have to continue thanking him and giving him the glory,
Give him the praise
at the end of the day. And so I'm just glad that I'm still here. I'm glad I survived, because there's been my innocent mind. I've been in rooms where I probably could have been raped. I probably could have been drugged. And by the grace of God, I've been saved, because I was very innocent, especially coming into this business. And I've been in rooms where they're doing crazy things. And I'm like, what is that? What's that white stuff on the table? Oh, I thought it was just, I didn't know that was all in Hollywood. No one taught me that. I mean, like I said, coming from a conservative Asian family, that's not normal. That's not something that we were, raised to see or feel. So, being in this industry has literally, I'm grateful that I've still kept my joy too, because that could have broken me.
Yeah.
Even though I've had times where I felt broken. I've had times when I was, even though after I had a big show, I come home to my friend's couch crying like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I just had a great show today. I'm happy I got to do what I love, but I still slept on my friend's couch. And the same friend that I slept on her couch, she slept with the guy I was dating.
Wow.
So, things happen, and people take advantage of you too when you're at your weakest point. So that's when you'll know who your true friends are. I've had so many friends that only also came around when they knew I was having so many different opportunities that was going to benefit them. And that's really the name of the game, unfortunately. And you just have to know and dissect who's real and who's not. And that's why I'm grateful for you, because I'm grateful that I'm able to connect with people like yourself, who's authentic with what they believe in and what they give. And I remember even us talking on the phone, I feel like you and I can pull each other from our, because we get blurred visions from other energies or other people we encounter. And I remember I was talking to you one time. I'm like, Miss Amor, remember who you are. You're a queen.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know, being a part of this will remind me of who I am, because I'm grateful. It's an honor to be a part of the Monique Woolley Foundation. It truly is. I mean, to be a part of a foundation that takes you out of the darkest spaces. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be depressed. I know how it feels when you feel like, why am I still here? Why am I still living when I have $15 in my pocket? And I was really so stubborn, thanks to my stubbornness, that I could have budged and be like, hey, I really need $1,000 or $2,000. Sure, I'll come over and sleep with you and you can do whatever you want with me. I didn't do that. I remember, I remember during the pandemic, this was such a scary moment. I was stuck at someone's apartment because outside they had a shutdown, right? Do you remember the time in LA? So my friend and I were walking, and my friend happens to live at the street where they were doing like the marshal, what do you call them? The police were like shutting down the street. Oh, okay. It was on Fairfax. And his friend happened to come over. We're like, we're going to stop over because it's crazy in the street. And I live, still like away from, the neighborhood. But my friend already left. So I was stuck there while the whole streets were shut down. And his friend that came over was like, hey, you want to have some fun? And I was like, what do you mean? I had no idea. He's like, I have $10,000 Mind you, this was the pandemic. I had no income because everything shut down. I could have been like, sure, $10,000. What fun. I said, oh, you know what I said? You know, I'm a queen as you are a king. So I had to talk to him on a royal level to ensure that he respected me. Because had I talked to him in a different level, God knows they might have had guns. They might have had, I could have been raped. I could have been, there's 2 men there and 1 woman and just me. And the fact that he had $10,000, obviously whatever power he had, he could have done whatever he wanted. But thankfully I was saved. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of the times there's been situations I've been saved. And thank you, Jesus, that nothing ever crazy really happened to me. And the most that ever really happened to me is just circumstances and me figuring it out on my own and how to survive in this industry. But I know, just like yourself, we just keep planting these seeds. God has given us this gift and this purpose that no matter what, no matter how hard it is, I'm going to stick to that. And I'm not going to allow anything to derail me from the goal of putting our name on the map. Even as I always felt like there's still no Asian American artist that's a household name. None. There's none. And, you know, I feel like that's still part of my path and part of my purpose. I've been deemed as the national anthem queen. I started singing the national anthem because I felt like that was the easiest and most honorable way to sing and perform in front of 30 to 70,000 people. I feel like one day I'll still be singing for the Super Bowl. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Amen. So we're going to look back at this video and like, man, she said that. And I know it's going to happen.
That's right.
So, you know.
Well, you did the honoring of the everyday heroes.
Amen.
And that was,
yes.
that was wonderful.
And I'm so grateful.
At the Intuit Dome.
Yes. And speaking of that, like I said, I'm so grateful to be. I'm grateful for every day that I'm here because no matter what you're going through, I know a lot of people are going through financial stresses right now. God will make a way. At the very least, sometimes he tests you to see how you respond to things when you're in the middle of like chaos. Because we all go through it. There's highs and lows and highs and lows. That's life. That's probably the best part of it. And one day you're going to look back and be like, remember that time?
It is the journey. It is the journey.
Yeah. Like, remember that time when I was struggling over $15 in 1 week and I didn't know how I was going to eat? I don't even know how. I forgot what happened. But all I know, I just remember that I had $15 for that week. And I was scraping for food. I didn't know. I was too prideful to beg, and I still survived. And here we are in Rodeo in Beverly Hills having an interview with Miss Monique. So I miss more. And that's why I'm inviting you guys for the 5th annual Monique Woolley Foundation, which is happening on December 13th at the EXO Banquet Hall, 6444 Lancashire Boulevard in North Hollywood. Make sure you guys come get your tickets. Wear your best blue outfit, blue-ish outfit. You can play around with it. Get up off your seat from your couch. Get pretty, get glam. I mean, it feels good. When you look good, you feel good. When you try to make yourself look good, you start feeling better. Trust me. And
what I would like, if you don't mind, okay, give the people a little glimpse of your beautiful voice.
Absolutely.
And bless this wonderful atmosphere with the queen I am.
Absolutely. Powerful, I'm in control, beautiful in every sense of the word. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. I know what I'm worth, I know who I am, and can't nobody go tell me any different. I set my own trends, I'm my own brand. I do it with class, I'm timeless. Set my own rules, I wrote my own book, and I believe in am the queen.
Oh, that's a sneak preview. So if you want to see more, December 13th,
Yes.
I am just so pleased with your story. It really going to resonate to some people because I really think that we know so many people in the industry that really just don't know what to do, how to do it. And I think you're a perfect example of that. You can make it. You know, you don't have to sell your soul. You
Nope.
don't, you know, keep your talent, keep your original self. You know what I mean? Because the journey is all about the journey. The journey is what's of importance.
Absolutely.
And we have to let people know it's okay not to be okay.
It's okay not to be
It
okay.
is okay not
Absolutely.
to be okay.
It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
That's part of the journey because you're going to look back like, oh my God, I went through that.
Yes. But thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
sharing us. We love it if you come back and give us a part 2 because we know
Absolutely.
that there's more to come
Yes.
on here. But we could only have so much to say
Yeah.
on today.
Yeah.
But again, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
And looking at the camera, we say, when feeling blue, think
Think
yellow. Bravo.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you so much.